Hey guys, and welcome into another video. Now today we are going to be going over Todd McShay's first round mock draft. Now I've spent the entire day not looking at it because I knew I wanted to record the video today, and so I've not looked at it once. I've not watched any reaction videos. I have them queued in my YouTube to watch. So yeah, I know nothing about the mock draft right now except for one pick because I saw it on Twitter when they were trying to say like click on the link, but yeah, this is Todd McShay. You know, I like Mel Kiper's a little bit more. McShay's are a little bit more out there for me. But, you know, these are always fun to do. So we're going to be reacting to it, mocking the mock. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Have a lot of draft content, off-season content coming at you guys. Probably going to be doing a redraft of one of the prior drafts in the coming days, you know, sometime this week. And, of course, 7-round mock drafts are going to be coming back, free agency, etc. So be on the lookout for those videos. But, yeah, we're going to be looking at this here from McShay. So, the season's over, and we're going to see where he's thinking. So, pick one, he has Evan Neal. Yeah, I mean, we've seen pretty much Evan Neal, Aiden Hutchinson at the number one pick each time. Great run blocker for these two, of course. Yeah, nothing wrong with this. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Aiden Hutchinson going to Detroit at pick 2. Yeah, we've seen this a lot. It's pretty much what we've seen as the 1-2. Most of the time, so nothing crazy so far. Kyle Hamilton and the Texans, I like this a lot. This is a pick that I really want them to do. They're a defensive coach. They have a GM who has, you know, coming from the Patriots, is used to building that secondary up. And this is a guy who could just be a leader. So I really love the Hamilton pick here at pick 3. Don't worry about the positional value of it because he's a once-in-a-generation type player. Ike Ekwonu going to the Jets at pick 4. Yes, I like that he can, you know, play guard, play tackle for them. So if they really do want to help Zach Wilson out and getting Ekwonu, great. Yeah, so with Ekwonu, I get it. If they're wanting to protect Zach Wilson, I don't know if they'd pass on Kayvon Thibodeaux if he fell to 4. But, you know, I get the Ike Ekwonu pick because you can play him at tackle if you need him to, or you can put him in at guard. They kind of need help all around the offensive line. Pick 5, this is the one that was spoiled to me. Kayvon Thibodeaux going to the Giants. I'd love this, obviously. Yeah, I mean, obviously we need that superstar edge rusher. We haven't had that since, you know, Jason Pierre-Paul probably. So, you know, getting that guy who just disrupts the pass and the run as well would be awesome. And I think Kayvon is that guy. Pairing him with Leonard Williams, Ojulari, and they always forget to mention Dexter Williams, who I love on the defensive line. Sauce Gardner going to the Panthers. Yeah, it's an interesting topic. We've seen Charles Cross be the pick. We've seen Malik Willis. We've seen all these guys. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think free agency will help us out a lot there. And then Charles Cross going to the Giants. So they got their offensive tackle help at right tackle, pass blocking, plus the superstar edge rusher. I love this pick as much as anything else. Drake London going to the Falcons. It's a little high for me. A lot of people like Drake London a lot, and I get it. Lot to like. There's a lot of receivers to like, but because of that, I wouldn't spend a top 10 pick on a receiver because it's such a good class. Because if you have a top 10 pick, you probably have a top 40 pick as well. Yeah, I'm not too sold on it. It makes sense, but it does seem like, you know, Matt Ryan's going to be their guy for the next 2 years because of how much money he has on his deal. So, yeah, I guess it's not horrible. Devin Lloyd to the Broncos, I like it a lot. He can cover the whole field. Him and Kobe Dean are 1A, 1B, honestly. Either way you like them to be set up is fine, but, you know, a guy who can really use his speed and just get around there, but also he's built well. And yeah, all these inside linebackers are free agents, so getting a guy in Devin Lloyd, and he says here Nakobe Dean he has ranked higher, but Lloyd is liked a little bit more. So yeah, either or is a good pick. Derek Stingley going to the Jets. I like this because they got Stingley and they got Ekwonu. I think that's a good haul for them. The only reason I'm kind of weary about Stingley is I don't know if he should be stuffed in as a cornerback 1 right away, which he would have to do. He'd probably be ahead of Bryce Hall for me. But yeah, not bad. Kenny Pickett going to the Commanders. Personally, I still have Malik as. Oh no, he has Malik Willis ahead of Pickett. And see, this is where I don't agree. I don't believe this is a term. I really don't. NFL ready. He just like, I don't know, man. Because look, if Heineke wins the job, he can keep the seat warm. If Heineke wins the job against Kenny Pickett, you shouldn't be taking Kenny Pickett 11th overall because Heineke shouldn't be winning the job. Heineke's a great backup quarterback, but we've seen he's very streaky. That's why he's not a starter. So if you're gonna get a guy who is supposed to be NFL ready and then he doesn't win he'd have a competition in training camp and not win the job, why wouldn't you take Malik Willis? That's where I'm not big on Kenny Pickett as other people are, and could I be wrong? 100% I could be wrong. I just don't see him as this great quarterback. I kind of see that Teddy Bridgewater pre-injury, look on him. Really the gloves are kind of off-putting for me. McDuffie going to the Vikings here. I'm a big fan of Trent McDuffie. So, yeah, Vikings need a corner, and they get one. Garrett Wilson to the Browns. I've said it a bunch. Jarvis might be cut, but they didn't use receivers, so why would they draft a receiver at 13? I'd wait until the second round or such to get them or go into free agency with that because Chubb and Hunt is the backfield, and if you get Dearness back, that's a great backfield to have, and obviously they don't use the pass catchers that they use. Odell was not used, and then he goes to the Rams, and he has a historic half of a season, honestly. Yeah, so I don't know about that. Tyler Linderbaum of the Ravens, I've had this one mocked a couple times because he can move around on the offensive line if he needs to, but he's just a beast, and Bozeman's a free agent, so yeah. Nakobe Dean starts off the Eagles picks here. Great pick. Glad that they were able to get Nakobe Dean falling to them, and then they come back with Trayvon Walker, another guy who I've really high up because he's kind of that and can play any single spot on that defensive line. Steelers trade up. Okay, I didn't know we were having trades in this. So let's see. So pick 20, a third rounder and a late rounder, moves up to 17. Yeah, move up 3 spots, get a third. That's not bad. And the Chargers could definitely move down. So the Steelers end up taking Malik Willis. I love that. If they were doing that, I would love that for them. I think Malik's the best quarterback in this class. I don't think it's necessarily close. Matt Corral is the next pick for the Saints. I like Corral a good amount. I think that he just has to be able to, we've seen some quarterbacks have issues coming into the NFL and remembering to slide, remembering to throw the ball away. So yeah, I think that he could do that. Are the Saints going to take it? I mean, it would help their contract situation a lot, but I don't know, man. Treylon Burks at 19, that's a great haul for the Eagles. For the Eagles to come away with Trayvon Walker, Nakobe Dean, and Treylon Burks, that's awesome. That's an awesome haul for them. Then you go ahead and look at Jordan Davis going to the Chargers. I love Jordan Davis there anyway at 17, so them getting him at 20 is awesome. Kyler Gordon to the Patriots, a little bit higher than I have him, even though I do like Kyler Gordon a lot, and I mean a lot. But yeah, I don't hate it. It's a very Patriots pick. Truthfully, either it's him, Booth, Elam, whoever it may be. I think it's a great pick. Raiders get Chris Olave. Yeah, another solid pick. Fast route running. Yep, exactly. Raiders do need that help at the receiving spot. Again, another team that do they need to spend a first rounder on a receiver compared to other holes? I don't know, especially when you got guys like Trevor Penning on the board still, Kenyon Green still on the board. Yeah, I would look towards those. Jermaine Johnson comes off the board here for the Cardinals, and him and Karlaftis I've kind of been putting here, and I haven't seen Karlaftis come off the board yet, and I'm very much on McShay's train here. A lot of people see Karlaftis as his top 10 player, and I'm just not seeing it. But Jermaine Johnson, I'm a big fan of. David Ojabo coming off the boards to the Cowboys. This is scary because the Cowboys are very good at developing their young talent as long as they don't get in trouble off the field, and I don't think Ojabo is that guy. So I really do like this for them because he can pair alongside DeMarcus Lawrence. Marcus Parsons can help out on the edge when he needs to. But, yeah, this would be really good for him to develop on a defense with Dan Quinn, led by Dan Quinn. Trey McBride is a guy that I've sleepily set here as well. Andrew Booth going to the Bills, another good pick. I think that if it was up to me, I would take Elam over Booth, especially in their situation because they're not in any rush. But, yeah, not a bad pick at all. Karlaftis coming to the Titans. Yeah, they're not letting him go. Autry's staying. Simmons is staying, but Karlaftis coming in. Yeah, I don't I don't mind it. I think, offensive tackle, especially because they're on the board. I think Trevor Penning and Raymond should be there because, Lawan's contract is big. They might move on from him because of how big the contract is, or they still need help on the right side. Plus, they need receiving help. I mean, tight end, I don't know. I like the pick because I like Karlaftis at this range, but I'm not too sure. Jameson Williams going to the Buccaneers for Jameis Winston, probably. Or not Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston or Deshaun Watson or somebody. I think that'd be really good for them. But, yeah, Godwin's a free agent. AB's not coming back. Gronk's gone. And then they have this big list of players. They really went in for a Super Bowl roster. So I think Tom retiring is the right time because now it allows them to re-sign. If I had to guess, truthfully, I think they're going to re-sign Jensen. I think they're going to re-sign Carlton Davis. I think they're going to re-sign Kappa. I think they're going to re-sign or franchise tag Fournette. And then they're going to let everybody else go. Because as much as they would like to keep Whitehead, I think that he's expendable. Because he's young, he's probably going to want a bigger contract, and that's okay because he deserves it. But you could try and replace him in the draft and such. But, yeah, Devontae Wyatt going to the Packers here. Yeah, I like Devontae Wyatt a lot. D-tackle in this range, is Wyatt the pick? Is Winfrey the pick? Is Fedarian Mathis the pick? There's a lot of good interior defense. I mean, Logan Hall is technically in there as well. I think of him more that 4-3 defensive tackle, though. But, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, the Packers need interior help, and I just don't understand what it is. So, they allowed 4.7 yards per carry. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. Because they run a 3-4, so that's why I was like, I don't know why they would need another D-tackle when they have Kenny Clark and, Rashawn Gary and Za'Darius and stuff. And I think a lot of this has to do with Za'Darius being out all year, and Preston Smith was injured for a while, I believe. So, yeah. Dolphins getting Trevor Penning would be awesome for them, honestly. So I'm not even going to really have to talk about it too much. Jahan Dotson coming off the board here for the Chiefs. Are we missing a receiver, or that is all of them, I believe? Yeah, so, yeah. Ebiketie, I think, is my favorite for them. I can picture him in that jersey already. Tariq Woolen might be in play. Wow. See, I like Woolen a lot, and I think he's definitely moved into the day 2 conversation, but a first-round pick is kind of crazy. I don't know. I mean, he played really well. Super Bowl runners-up and getting Bernard Raymond. Yeah, they just need to get best offensive lineman, maybe even trade up for one. And then the Detroit Lions taking Sam Howell. Oh, that's gross. That's gross. I know that a lot of people love Sam Howell. I get what's to like about him. He fumbled twice in the Super Bowl in his first 2 plays. So, Jared Goff's, 26, 27? I get the contracts a lot, but, he's 27 years old. Why can't Jared Goff be that franchise guy? He went from a situation where he was a Super Bowl quarterback on a very good team in LA, and then he gets moved to one of the worst built teams in the NFL. Their best weapon coming into the season was Tyrell Williams and Hawkinson, obviously. Swift got injured. Jamal got injured. Hawkinson got injured. The line, Frank Ragnow, got injured. And then on defense, he's used to having a good defense. Their defense couldn't do anything. Okudah was injured again. And then they got good years off of Anzalone and Aquara. I get it wasn't a good year for them. So I'm very against the quarterback narrative for Detroit. If later on in the 3rd round one of those top guys falls, maybe Desmond Ridder or Howell or Strong or somebody like that, cool, take them there. But I just don't see, when you have so many holes on a team, why you would take a quarterback purposefully to sit behind your other quarterback. Because right here it says the dead money falls from $30 million to $10 million to $5 million. So really, I'm not cutting him until 2024. And by that point, if I'm cutting him for 2024, that means I have 2 years with Sam Howell on his rookie deal. That's stupid. I'm really against the Lions taking a quarterback. I think him and Campbell have such a good connection. We saw the success that they had. And there's a lot of games, ironically, and not many people want to talk about it, where the Lions could have won if they had 3 more points in a lot of their games and stuff. So I'm just very against that narrative because, you just think about the guys that are still on the board here. Andrew Booth, I'm pretty sure is on the board still. Ebiketie's on the board. Tariq Woolen's on the board. Logan Hall. I'm trying to think of the defenders. Christian Harris is on the board, great in pass coverage. Every safety is available other than Kyle Hamilton. You can go get Daxton Hill or Jaquan Brisker. I know that they have, a lot of the receivers are gone, but maybe a George Pickens here. I really like George Pickens a lot as a fringe first rounder. Christian Watson has been rising up boards. I wouldn't mind seeing him here to be that necessary outside thing. Even getting a Trey McBride and just helping out the thing. Also, Kenyon Green is still on the board. He fell out of the first round. The only hole they have on their offensive line is right guard, and you put Kenyon Green in there, you have the best offensive line in football, without a doubt. So Sam Howell I just think is a bad pick. I don't think he's a first rounder at all, and I also don't think the Lions need a quarterback at all. Because it's oh, look, they already have Aiden Hutchinson, so draft a quarterback, not unlike what the Ravens did with Lamar Jackson. That's because Joe Flacco was 36 at the time, and he was declining, and we all knew that. And Lamar Jackson was a Heisman winner who was told he shouldn't be a quarterback, even though he'd proven that he'd been one of the best weapons on an offense for years in college football, because he won the Heisman and then went back and had another year in college where he played great. So it's such a stupid comparison. I don't mean to rant right now about this, but overall the mock draft is good. I liked where he ranked some of his prospects. I just don't see the Sam Howell connection. I really don't. Oh, Andrew Booth did go off the board of the Bills. I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know. I liked the Ojabo pick. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. The one trade that he had with the Steelers, I think that was a great trade. I think both teams would consider that. Maybe not just because they're in conference, but yeah, Boya Mafe was still on the board too. They could have got Hutchinson and Mafe whatever. I'm gonna stop talking about the Lions, but yeah, not a bad mock draft for McShay. We'll see what ends up happening. The season's officially over now, so it's off season time. So again, if you guys did enjoy this kind of content, this reaction, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below what you liked about it. Let me know which pick surprised you the most in the comment section below. For me, it's the Sam Howell pick. It's not necessarily surprising for the fact that I've seen people taking a quarterback for the Lions, but it's surprising for the fact that I just don't see the reason for it. But yeah, let me know what happens down there. Of course, if you aren't subscribed already, turn those notifications on, subscribe. It really helps out a lot. And if you did like this video, of course, leave a like. But if you didn't like it, it's okay. You just go ahead and refresh that page and let me know what you think about it the second time. But without further ado, that's going to be it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.